Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to a big CSGO news episode with a lot of drama, including MoeTV and CSGODiamond being the main story for today. As always, let's get right into it. In absolutely huge CSGO news involving MoeTV and his official affiliation with the gambling website known as CSGODiamond. Now, if you guys don't know, CSGODiamond, arguably one of the biggest gambling websites out there as of right now, next to CSGO Wild, or probably just below CSGO Wild. So it's a big affiliation here and a big scandal going on. Now, a lot of information has been released the past 48 hours. If you guys have not heard about it, I do want to point out there are two big sides to this story. There's MoeTV side of the story, and there's also CSGODiamond who released their own statements on the side of the story. But I'm going to tell the straight up truth. I'm going to try and be unbiased about it all as well too. I'm going to try not to take sides, although I do feel that in both these cases it's going to look bad for both parties. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the explanation here. This is all the information that's been released so far, and again, this looks terribly bad for the gambling scene and MoeTV and CSGODiamond. There is no good to any of this story. So the first news of this release was actually by MoeTV himself. He came out on Twitter and said his affiliation with CSGODiamond was ending because there was kind of a scandal going on. He wanted to apologize to the whole community. He released these tweets kind of summing up his relationship with CSGODiamond, but also hiding part of the truth. His messages here show himself being affiliated with CSGODiamond and agreeing to do some fake bets with them, but it's kind of curious because he chose these specific messages on Skype. As you know, you can see MoeTV saying, let's not cheat too much. I'm not sure if we want to do this, guys. My fans might get upset about this. They might catch on. But at the same time, you know, you have to realize MoeTV, he might seem in these Skype messages like he was really reluctant to do it, but in the very end, he still ended up faking these bets for pure entertainment. It was later on stated by CSGODiamond and Moe that they both agreed to do these fake bets for pure entertainment reasons. You know, they weren't trying to make money off it, which is complete BS because, you know, when you do this for complete entertainment, you know you're influencing people to go onto the website. So again, you have Moe coming out with these tweets on Twitter trying to, you know, show his sorry side, like he wasn't fully on board, although he did still go through the fake bets. Then less than 12 hours later, CSGODiamond released their own statement with MoeTV on Skype and their own personal message with him. And this released a whole different side of the story where Moe was definitely a more angered state. He was definitely more willing to do these fake bets. At one point in time, Moe actually asked for them for a big list of fake bets. Now, the thing is with these CSGODiamond websites and these gambling websites, they are probably fair websites, which means they can't manipulate the numbers. They can't change them as is. Otherwise, you'd be able to tell when they actually change those numbers. But what they can do is they can draw these long lists of numbers. With CSGODiamond, it's a list of numbers between 1 and 100, and they can tell Moe which numbers will be hit. And so he can actually, you know, have a list, you know, on his computer screen whenever he wants of the next 50, next 100 bets, and that's why he can choose, you know, to bet under 20, bet over 20, whatever it is for CSGODiamond. So that's how he was hitting those 1%, those 10% bets that no one else can ever hit, but Moe was hitting them an irregular amount of times, and this is how he was doing it. So CSGODiamond released this part of the story, which definitely showed Moe a different side of him being all angry, and then eventually the whole thing broke out, and apparently they broke their relationship with each other, and they promised to pay MoeTV a severance pay. So here's where the story gets very, very interesting. In CSGODiamond's very own release tweets, they showed they were going to agree with Moe to release him from their contract, mainly because Moe had stopped streaming as much as he used to. Their previous contract stated that Moe was going to be streaming anywhere from 100 to 130 hours. Obviously, this is before he was heavily involved with Echo Fox and managing the team over there, so he was streaming a lot more, and that was the original agreement. Once he swayed away from that, he started streaming a lot less. CSGODiamond wanted less to do with him because he wasn't, you know, they weren't getting a fair share out of MoeTV and his streaming, so they wanted to break off the relationship. Eventually, MoeTV, you know, Skyped them and said, let's try and renegotiate. It's kind of funny here because he points out in his Skype messages, you see MoeTV saying, you know what, we can end it here, or you guys can try and renegotiate. So he's still perfectly willing to fake more bets on stream to continue this partnership. And then you go on and you see a different side of Moe where he's very angry. He's saying the F word a bunch towards CSGODiamond, calling them greedy pieces of crap. Although at the same time, Moe, you're selling out to all your fans, making your fans lose money for your own personal gain. So who are you calling greedy, Moe? So in the very end, guys, I want to sum this up by both parties are basically coming out and saying, and they're admitting to all of this, and they're saying, yes, we faked all these bets. And then of course you have MoeTV saying his side, saying no other gambling websites ever offered me this kind of thing. I've never done this before in the past. Kind of a typical thing for a bettor to say because he's been caught once. He doesn't want to, you know, everyone else assuming other things. Although it's very, very, you know, very likely that he could have been doing this with other gambling websites as well. Although CSGODiamond has been his main sponsor. And then of course you had CSGODiamond coming out saying on their side, we've never done this with anyone else before. We never cheated with anyone else, which is very hard to believe. You know, you don't just offer this up once. This is a thing that happens very, very frequently in the betting community. And also it ended up where MoeTV MoeTV took a severance pay. Apparently CSGODiamond paid him nearly $100,000. That's how much money's in this industry. They paid him nearly $100,000 of severance pay to keep quiet about this. Now MoeTV obviously did not keep quiet. He came out and said it anyway, although CSGODiamond said he still accepted his $100,000 payment. So who knows what's going to happen legally for that payment, as obviously when you take $100,000 to keep quiet, you better keep quiet. So CSGODiamond's probably going to try and get that money back. That's all I have right now for the story. I'm sick of it, honestly. I'm sick of CSGODiamond, MoeTV. There's no winning side of this. It's really despicable to see this kind of side to the gambling website side of CSGO, but it's totally expected. So that was in big news today. Let's not hate on anybody, but it's kind of funny how MoeTV is also sponsoring a different website already, 12 hours later. Bets.gg. It's really funny because less than 24 hours later, Moe tweeted out this. He said, the Bets.gg owner of this new gambling website, it's kind of like coin flip. You know, he did a lot for me in the past. He updated my website, so I'm going to shout him out. And then, you know, less than a couple hours later, Bets.gg says, use code Moe for a free $1 bet. So, Moe, you're calling CSGODiamond greedy, but here you are selling out very, very soon after you just got caught for cheating during your scandal with CSGODiamond. It's kind of funny how that all works out. Hope you guys can tell I'm not very happy with Moe.tv right now. But yes, that was in big Moe news for today. Say whatever you guys want. I just don't like the whole situation. In other semi-huge CSGO news, apparently the former prophet on CSGO Reddit, you guys know him as YeLMA01. A lot of people were requesting me to do a video on this guy because he's done so many predictions in the past that have actually come true. He must be an inside source. He actually deleted his CSGO Reddit account. Now, it wasn't deleted by CSGO Reddit admins. It was actually deleted by himself. He might come back on a different account with a similar name, but no one's quite sure why his account was deleted, and we're not sure if that's his official account either. But before he went away and deleted that account, he has one more prediction come true, and that was the Renegades replacement of Spunj with Ofnu, a new player over there. Now, this actually was also further confirmed by a former SK player known as Sniper. He confirmed this on Twitter by saying old news, but it was kind of confusing here. Unofficial. This Renegades change is unofficial, as Gomez, their manager for Renegades, came out and said this is false information. So we're not really sure again of this whole situation. It's all speculation as of right now, but apparently Team Renegades is making that change with Spunj. Excuse me. But apparently Team Renegades is making that change with Spunj, with the player known as Ofnu. That this does make sense because after their really bad attempt and really bad weekend at ESL 1 Cologne qualifier, as you guys know, they only won, I believe, one game there, if any games at all. They had a really poor performance over there. Gomez did come out in an interview with HLTV and he said, we're going to be returning to Australia. So Renegades is in Australia right now as a team and discussing all these matters. So it would make sense, but again, we're not sure what's going to happen with YeLMAO, if he's going to return to CSGO Reddit sometime soon, or with Team Renegades, you know, the team that also is predicted to actually disband sometime soon. So stay tuned for that, guys. A lot of changes coming to Team Renegades. They might disband. Spunj might be on the team. This is just speculation. And one last story to end CSGO news today. We do have Group D of Eleague. We're going to update you guys on day 1 and day 2. If you guys have not been surprised so far, we'll continue the no surprises because Dignitas and TSM, as of the point of me recording this video, have yet to win a game, although they're playing a series against each other right now as well. So Dignitas and TSM should pick up their first wins hopefully today. But other than that, they have yet to win a game against FaZe and yet to win a game against Fnatic. Those teams also doing very well. Both FaZe Clan and Fnatic, I believe, are 5-1 as of right now in the group stages. FaZe Clan and Fnatic split the series, so their only losses are to each other. It was really cool. FaZe Clan and Fnatic are dominating that Group D. Also really cool to mention, it was Fnatic versus FaZe Clan in day 1. In the last game of the day, Fnatic pulled off the unbelievable and actually swept FaZe Clan 16-0 on Cobblestone. So really impressive by there. Obviously, Olaf Meister returning for Fnatic, so great to see them at a 5-1 record as of right now. And Group D is looking the way everyone projected it to be, although Dignitas should be better than TSM, and hopefully they can contest in the semifinals and have a chance to those finals as well. But as of right now, Fnatic and FaZe Clan are dominating. I really sense that today I talked way too fast in this series, but again, this whole MoeTV scam got me really riled up, so hopefully you guys all understand me. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast for all of you. As always, these are the drama episodes I love to make. I hope you guys all enjoy this episode of CSGO News. I will see you guys all back here tomorrow with another episode. Until then, live, love, laugh a lot. Remember, I like you. I'll see you all back here tomorrow. Remember, I like you. You know what's coming. Goodbye!